Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set for the thrilling quarter-final game between the Super Falcons of Nigeria and the Copper Queens of Zambia in the 2025 WAFCON tournament in Morocco. And I will extensively talk from the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. South African Football Association chieftain has accused the Nigerian football community as a mastermind for their 3 points deduction, and I'll voluminously talk from the camp of this chieftain. Eric Sequichel, the head coach of the Super Eagles, has been accused of the inclusion of Tosin Adarabioyo in the Super Eagles of Nigeria's squad list for their remaining 2026 World Cup qualification matches, and I will extensively talk from the camp of Eric Sequichel. The Nigerian Football Federation, as I do report to you on this platform, have been very proactive in their quest or drive to strengthen Nigerian football with European-born of Nigerian descent. One youngster has come out to show his readiness to play for Nigeria, and I'm going to extensively talk from his camp. But quickly, let's do it together before I proceed with the details of all these stories. If you are new on this platform, kindly subscribe to the channel, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Please don't forget to like this video and share to other social media platforms. As usual, my name still remains Solomon Sante, your only nomenclature with engineers philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports, and I've been given a Nigerian name on this platform as the only one, Solomon Chuku Emeka. Do well to leave your decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts at the end of my presentation. And no more, let's get straight forward into the video. To start with is the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They are gearing up for their quarter-final game against the Copper Queens of Zambia. And as you all know, the stage is finally set for the thrilling encounter between Nigeria Super Falcons and the Copper Queens of Zambia. And it's going to be a high-stake encounter. The results of this game is going to have impact on the Super Falcons, same as the Copper Queens of Zambia. This is the time the Copper Queens are going to rely on what they did to the Super Falcons somewhere in 2018 during their third place game, where they scored the Super Falcons by 1-0, and also emerged or come out or grown up to be one of the pride of Africa when it comes to women football. Ahead of the game, one of the standout performers of the Super Falcons, Ashley Plumpton, has spoken to the media, that is Brilla FM. This is what she has to say. She said they are also preparing in facing the Copper Queens of Zambia. Aside that, they are going to watch what they do, how they maneuver their ways on the field of play, and also come out to how to nullify their threats on the field of play. Let's enjoy this video from Ashley.
Obviously, we know that Zambia have good attacking threats, but I said previously that we have to prepare for Zambia as a whole team rather than focusing on just a couple of individuals. Obviously, we have to appreciate and respect their talent, but even though there's like 2 individuals on the team that have scored, I think, all of their goals, if you focus too much on them, then it could actually give the opportunity for other players to get a look in on goal. So we'll prepare for Zambia as a team, watch their style of play, what they like to do, and how to try and nullify the threats that they'll bring to us.
The head coach of the Falcons, Justin Madugu, has also spoken. According to him, he knows that the Zambian national team, the Copper Queens, they know how to play very well. In as much as they know how to play, they are not unbeatable. They can beat them. So they are going in against them with whatever they have in their technical point of view, same as being on the field of play from the players. Let's enjoy these moments from Justin Madugu.
Zambia, we cannot take away the fact that yes, they are a good team, but they are not unbeatable. They are a good side, but they are not unbeatable. Anything can happen in a game of football. Just to give you a simple example, at the World Club Championship, nobody expected what happened in the final. So it's about football. For us, we know the players, we know their strengths. We are also having our own plan of how to deal with that. They too are very uncomfortable coming up against us because they know what we can also do. If you watch all the games we played, the strategies adopted by the opposition is not the same in all the other games. If you go and analyze all the matches, the game against Nigeria and the teams in our group was not the same approach that all the other teams adopted in their various groups. So it's going to be more of an open game, and then they do their bit, we also do our bit.
So that is it from the camp of the Super Falcons. And let me give you the full schedule of the game. Let me reiterate it for you to get to know the fair idea of when the match will be played and at the exact venue. Nigeria, the Super Falcons, will face the Copper Queens of Zambia, God willing, tomorrow, exactly 5 p.m. Nigeria time, 4 p.m. Ghana time, 6 p.m. South Africa time at the Stade Labi Zaoli. This is a venue that the Super Falcons played all their group matches. So it's not new to them. And let's see how things will pan out from their game against the Copper Queens of Zambia. We wish them the very best of luck in this encounter. And that is that from the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Away from their camp is to the camp of a chieftain of the South African Football Association, according to a report from ongoalnigeria.com. During the just ended Club World Cup tournament in the United States of America, this chieftain spoke to a group of Nigerian journalists. That is where he told them that looking at the Nigerian football community, they are the mastermind of their 3-point deduction. According to him, Lesotho didn't have any idea or knowledge of even protesting against the South African side. But the Nigerian football community, same as the Nigerian media, came out to make mail out of this whole issue. And this has prompted the World Football Governing Body, that is FIFA, to act on this. And that is quite worrisome to them. But he said, in as much as they are protesting, and FIFA will be coming out with whether the punishment of 3-point deductions and goals, they are going in to win the remaining matches, of which just after winning all the 4 remaining matches, they will emerge as the leaders of the group to qualify for the 2026 World Cup tournament in the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. So this is a report. I don't know. I've already given you a brief history about how the FIFA rule and law works. That is Article 17, Clause 3. It's punishments of 3-point deductions and 3 goals deductions. And it's normally given to the teams that cause such blunders. And if you are a team or a country and you cause such blunder, it doesn't matter whether your opponents or any opponents in your group protested or not. FIFA will come out and make it clear that they've deducted a point. That is 3 points and 3 goals. And that is it. And that is how the FIFA rule and law works when it comes to underscoring the importance of player eligibility rule in the FIFA disciplinary code. And that is that coming in from the camp of this chieftain. So let's see how things will pan out from how things will be going. But the verdicts will come out before we continue that of the 2026 World Cup qualification matches, remaining matches, of course. And that is that from what the chieftain has to say regarding 3 points deductions and 3 goals deductions from the South Africa Bafana's team. Now let me shift my attention to the camp of Tosin Adarabioyo. I've spoken voluminously about his switching allegiance to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The last time he spoke about his nationality switch, he was like he's very open to having conversation with Eric Sequichel, the head coach of the team, in order for him to know how things are going, for him to be acclimatized with the plan of Eric Sequichel, whether he befits the Super Eagles or not. Just after that, I also came out to say that a chieftain of the Nigerian Football Federation has come out to say that 4 players from England will be switching their allegiance, maybe coming next month in playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, especially with the remaining matches spread across September and October. But a former Nigeria defender, Ife Ambrosi, has come out to warn Eric Sequichel to be very more cautious in the inclusion of Tosin Adarabioyo. That is, if and only if he switches to play for Nigeria. He said, looking at this player, it's like he has been doing all the dirty works for Chelsea. But when it comes to playing in high-profile matches, he spoke about their recent game against PSG. He wasn't part of the first 11. Aside that, the finals for Chelsea in their Conference League against Real Betis, Tosin, Adarabioyo wasn't part of the first 11. So looking at this is not a player that can play in the World Cup qualification matches. So you should be very cautious in including him in the squad list or even his starting 11 if he switches to play for Nigeria. These are the exact words of Ambrosi, a former player of Nigeria. Let's have a glance on our screens. He started by saying, the remaining games of the Super Eagles in the World Cup is a final. But when you look at Tosin at Chelsea, he didn't play in their two biggest games this season, the final of the Conference League and also the Club World Cup. So how sure are you that he will be up to the task for games of that magnitude? So these are words from the horse's own mouth, and that is that. I don't know, but looking at a player of his caliber, who told you he can't play against Lesotho, he can't play against Rwanda, against South Africa, against Zimbabwe? He can do that. So I don't know the exact words of what Ambrosi was just talking about. That is it. It's kind of warning in the form of being cautious about Eric Sekwichel's inclusion of Tosin Adarabioyo. But let's see how things will pan out or transpire from whether he will be able to switch his allegiance or not. That will be the first point of argument before you even proceed to he being part of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team or squad list for the remaining matches. Aside that, he also going to be part of the first 11. So it's a long queue to even try and overcome before coming to the end part. But let's see how things will be from the conclusive part ahead of the 2026 World Cup qualification matches. And that is that from the camp of Tosin Adarabioyo, Eric Sekwichel, and Ambrosi. Let me end my presentation from the camp of the Nigerian Football Federation. I've spoken about them. They've been very proactive in their quest or their drive to include European-born of Nigerian descent into the Nigerian football, starting from the under-17 Golden Eagles to the Flying Eagles, to the Olympic team, to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But this is a player who has come out. He's not even waiting for the Nigerian Football Federation to even come out and convince him or lure him for his services for Nigeria. He's a youngster who was playing for Leicester City youth side, but he recently played for Leicester City in their 2-0 defeat to AFC Bournemouth in the English Premier League. That was when he graduated. He was born on the 30th of November 2006. So currently, he is 18 years. He will be 19 years on the 30th of November 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Samuel Alibadi Aluko. Samuel Aluko has come out to say that he's ever ready in playing for the Flying Eagles of Nigeria. Looking at his age, he said this somewhere in February this year, and he was even looking forward for a call-up from Aliu Ziberu during the AFCON tournament, but there was nothing like that. He has come out again to say that he's ready. Can't you see that I'm ready to play for Nigeria? I'm ever ready. Even though I was born in England to parents of Nigerian descent, I have chosen to play for Nigeria over England. That is what he's saying. And according to the reports, Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester City, you know that he's in Leicester City, he's trying as much as he can to talk to the Nigerian Football Federation about the readiness of Aluko Samuel, who plays for Leicester City. He has now become a key figure in the Leicester City team. He is a young guy, and I always say, catch them young and they shall be yours forever. If they are able to catch him young and is able to prove himself from the Flying Eagles level, going to the Super Eagles won't be a problem for him. For that time, he'll be used to the system and everything will be fine for Samuel Alibade Aluko, who plays his club football for Leicester City. And that is that. When you are talking about his attributes on the field of play, I do cherish his speed and movements. Due to copyright issues, I would have added videos of who Samuel Aluko is on the field of play for Leicester City. But I've watched him and I do like his speed and also movements on the field of play. Aside that, he's able to do overlaps. So I like his goal-threatening skills as a right back. He plays as a right back and he's a right-footed player. He can also play as a center back. So these are some of the attributes and a background check of who Aluku Samuel Alebade is on the field of play. Let's see how he's going to add up to the Nigerian national team. That is the Flying Eagles. I don't know whether he will be earning up a call-up to play for the Nigerian under 20 side during the World Cup time. But let's see how things will be going with a conversation between his camp or his representatives, same as the Nigerian Football Federation and Wilfred Ndidi. This is it, and I'll end here from the camp of all the stories surrounding Nigerian football. As usual, I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Subsequently, I'll give you a shout out. Just pardon me for this one. Until you meet again on this platform, it's bye for now.